Maria, always known for her formidable ambition, faced an unexpected challenge. Her drive, once a source of inspiration, became a burden of tension after she began a relationship with Lucas, the son of the dominant and influential Mrs. Elena, whose word was law in their family. Maria and Lucas's relationship progressed quickly, but Maria sensed impending difficulties. Mrs. Elena, known for her strong will and blunt criticism, never missed an opportunity to voice her opinion about those in her son's life, especially his new partner. Despite Lucas's unwavering support, he found himself in a delicate position, torn between his loyalty to Maria and his respect for his mother. One evening during a family dinner, Maria decided it was time to stand up to Mrs. Elena. She arrived at the restaurant in elegant attire, hoping to make a good impression, but in the older woman's eyes, only contempt was visible. "Maria, dear," Mrs. Elena began with a feigned smile, "I quite like your dress." "You probably found it on sale, didn't you?" The dinner continued amidst a stream of biting remarks and veiled criticism. Maria tried to maintain her composure, but indignation simmered within her. When Mrs. Elena pointed to a fashionable hotel across the street and sarcastically remarked, "Perhaps they'll let you in there as a beggar?" Maria knew it was time to defend herself. "If I am a beggar, then you are a queen without a kingdom," she blurted out without thinking. Silence fell over the room. Lucas looked at Maria with a mix of admiration and apprehension, while Mrs. Elena, clearly stung, couldn't conceal her indignation. After dinner, an argument erupted between Maria and Lucas. "You can't insult my mother like that," he reproached her, disappointment in his voice. "She treats me like I'm nothing, Lucas. I'm a professional, I have my own business, and I don't need her approval to be myself," Maria retorted, feeling humiliated. The tension between them escalated, and Lucas felt crushed between the woman he loved and his mother, who always demanded unconditional loyalty. In the following days, an atmosphere of uncertainty settled over their relationship. Maria was tormented by doubts. Was Lucas truly on her side, or would his mother's pressure eventually force him to abandon her? Lucas, in turn, agonizingly searched for a way to reconcile with Maria without incurring his mother's wrath. The day of an important event for Maria arrived. The hall was filled with renowned designers and critics. She delivered an impressive presentation, capturing everyone's attention and, to her surprise, receiving praise from professionals she had admired for years. Lucas was by her side, offering support, and for the first time, it seemed he truly recognized Maria's strength and resilience. After the presentation, he hugged her and said, "You were amazing! I'm so proud of you!" This night seemed to calm the turbulent emotions between them, but Mrs. Elena's shadow still loomed over their relationship. Soon they were invited to a social event at a luxurious hotel, the very one Mrs. Elena had maliciously mocked Maria about. Upon arriving, Maria felt out of her element. The atmosphere was exquisite, and the people around them seemed to belong to an entirely different world. Noticing her discomfort, Lucas took her hand and led her towards a group of friends. But before they could join them, Mrs. Elena appeared, her gaze piercing. "Maria, you actually managed to get into the hotel? I was beginning to worry." Maria tried to ignore the provocation, but the tension in the air was palpable. Lucas, realizing the awkwardness of the situation, decided to introduce Maria to his friends. "This is Maria, my girlfriend. She's a talented designer," he said. In the way he introduced her, his support and readiness to defend her were evident. But Mrs. Elena wasn't about to back down. "Ah, how lovely. I hope you'll prove yourself here, dear. The design world can be cruel," Mrs. Elena said with a strained smile. Maria felt a surge of anger, but also a renewed determination. She wouldn't let Mrs. Elena's words shake her confidence. In the days that followed, Maria and Lucas began to drift apart again. Lucas found himself increasingly torn between the two important women in his life. One rainy night, after a heated discussion about his mother's behavior, Maria decided she needed time to think everything over. She knew she might lose Lucas and face Mrs. Elena's animosity, but her love for him was too strong to ignore. She concluded that the best course of action was to speak with Mrs. Elena directly. Maria called Lucas's mother and requested a meeting. The conversation took place at a cafe, a location Maria had carefully chosen, hoping a neutral setting would help diffuse the tension. When they met, Mrs. Elena adopted a defensive stance. "What do you want, Maria? I have no time for games." Maria took a deep breath, trying to remain calm. "I just want you to listen to me. I know you care about Lucas and the family's reputation, but I am the woman he has chosen. I pose no threat to you or your standing." Maria's gaze was full of determination as she stated, "I am the woman he loves. I pose no threat to you or your influence." Mrs. Elena fixed her with a scrutinizing gaze, as if trying to discern the true intentions hidden behind her words. "Do you truly believe he will stay with you, a mere decorator? Are you certain you can give him what he truly needs?" she questioned, her voice full of doubt. "I didn't come here to take your son away, but to show that my love for him is sincere and profound. If you allow it, I will do everything possible to make him happy," Maria replied, hoping to soften his mother's heart. After these words, Mrs. Elena fell silent, as if pondering what she had heard. The tension weighing on Maria eased slightly, though she didn't know how this conversation would ultimately affect their relationship. A flicker of respect appeared in Mrs. Elena's eyes, which came as a surprise to Maria. Lucas's support after the meeting was a true gift to Maria. "You were incredible. I've never seen anyone speak so boldly to my mother. I'm proud of you," he exclaimed, expressing his admiration. These words boosted Maria's confidence. Their love was the anchor that helped them withstand all the obstacles Mrs. Elena had erected. As time passed, Mrs. Elena gradually began to accept Maria into Lucas's life. She started attending design-related events where Maria was present and slowly came to the realization that her son's choice might not be so bad after all. The tension between the two women began to fade, and Maria felt more confident in her role as Lucas's beloved. Soon, Maria and Lucas decided to move in together, starting a new chapter in their relationship. Moving into a new apartment, designed by Maria, became a symbol of their love and devotion. Every corner of that space reflected their shared dreams and aspirations. A few months later, Lucas proposed to Maria, surpassing her wildest dreams. He chose the very hotel Mrs. Elena had once scorned, transforming that place into a symbol of their love and happy memories. "Maria, you taught me to fight for what I love. Let's build our life together, overcoming any obstacles," Lucas said, pouring all the depth of his feelings into his words. With tears of joy in her eyes, Maria said yes. Their wedding became a celebration not only of love, but also a victory over prejudice. Mrs. Elena, whose heart had softened, watched with a smile as a new family was born, one she had once deemed impossible. Years later, Maria and Lucas became an inseparable team. They built not only a strong family, but also successful careers. Maria's design firm flourished, and Lucas was always by her side, supporting her in her pursuit of new heights. Mrs. Elena, having grown wiser, looked at her family with pride. She realized that true love doesn't depend on social status or external attributes, but lies in strength of spirit and the willingness to fight for one's happiness. The luxurious hotel, once a symbol of contempt, had transformed into a place where love and mutual understanding were celebrated. Maria understood that despite all difficulties, love could overcome any obstacles, and that only we ourselves determine who we are and what we can achieve in this life. Ultimately, Maria realized that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the ability to love and be loved, which truly makes life valuable and filled with meaning.